The decision to defend your life or the life of another is a split-second decision that will always be Monday morning quarterbacked. I want to tell you about a few real self-defense incidents to show you just how fast they can happen and how quickly they can change the course of your life. They can happen anywhere and at any time. They can happen out in public, and they can happen in the safety of your own home. It can happen to you, or it may be that you have to save the precious life of your child, your wife, or your neighbor. I'll tell you about these three incidents, but I first want to do a little housekeeping. Some of y'all have noticed the new camera layout here on the channel. I got some more lighting coming to clean the back up here. And I'm trying to dial in the audio, so please work with me a little bit as I am a one-man band here and I'm trying to learn all the new stuff and then learn how to edit it too. It's not really my jam, but I appreciate the feedback we've gotten so far. Let's roll with this. Here's the first incident. This happened in Corpus Christi, Texas, about a week ago on Friday, January 3rd, 2025. I want you to mentally put yourself and your family in these scenarios and think, how would you respond? A shooting happened in the 1600 block of Graham Road after an unknown man trespassed into a homeowner's backyard and made threatening movements toward him while holding an unknown object. The homeowner, who said he feared for his safety as well as the safety of his family, retrieved a firearm and shot the suspect. The suspect fled the scene, and it's unknown if he was injured or not. Canine officers as well as drone operators for the Corpus Christi Police Department as well as drone operators for the Corpus Christi Fire Department conducted an extensive search. Local hospitals and emergency rooms were contacted, but as of my last check, the suspect had yet to be found. I was once asked by my own mother why I carried a firearm while I was in my own home. Well, 100% of home invasions happen while someone is home. So carry your stuff, y'all, because this incident could have been very, very different if this homeowner was not prepared. Now I ask yourself in the comments below, let me know how you would respond. And because I'm always considering the safety of myself and my family, I joined Attorneys on Retainer to have my back. God forbid I ever have to defend myself or my loved ones, they will be there to defend me in court. AOR is not backed by any insurance company. They are a real law firm, so they don't have to follow the same restrictions and limitations that other insurance-backed programs have to deal with, and we've seen those time and time again. Now, AOR will cover the questionable or quote-unquote bad shoots, think Kayla Giles or Alan Coley, and any company offering self-defense insurance can cover the good shoots. It's the questionable shoots or the ones that aren't cut and dry, the AKA potentially bad shoots that are gray areas for insurance companies. As a criminal defense law firm, AOR will defend all types of criminal cases, so they won't deny coverage if you're charged with a crime. If you can reasonably and in good faith assert that you acted in self-defense or self-defense of another, they will cover you. Plus, the attorney-client privilege starts immediately because attorneys are answering the emergency number for members. After you become a member of Attorneys on Retainer, they will cover your self-defense case even if you're charged with or reasonably concerned about being charged with a crime, whether it's a felony or a misdemeanor. If you take a plea deal, if you use an quote-unquote illegal weapon or firearm in your state's eyes, if the incident occurred in a gun-free zone, if you are a prohibited possessor, if you are impaired by any drugs or alcohol, guys, doesn't matter where you are or when you are, if in your own time, you still have the right to defend your life. If you have an incident that's deemed a domestic dispute, they'll cover you. If you fail to possess, or maybe you possess an invalid, expired concealed carry permit, they will defend you. If the incident involved a negligent or accidental discharge of your firearm, they'll defend you. If the incident appeared to be a bad or questionable shoot, they will defend you. And even if you are not charged with a crime, they will represent you in court as a victim and deal with the press if the bad guy is charged. Plus, if you join now, I can save you $50 off your individual sign-up fee or $25 off your family plan sign-up fee if you use my link down below and enter the code GNG. Get serious about your own self-defense. Get Attorneys on Retainer. All right, the next incident I want to tell you about is the one that can easily happen to people in your home or anywhere out in public for that matter. On November 18th of 2024, a 35-year-old male intruder was fatally shot during an attempted unlawful entry into a residence in the 2000 block of East Damon Avenue in Decatur, Illinois. A 66-year-old female resident was also injured during the incident. Now, according to the Decatur Police Department, officers responded to the residence around 7:38 p.m. Upon arrival, they found a male intruder and a female resident suffering from gunshot wounds. Both individuals were taken to the hospital, where the intruder succumbed to his injuries. The woman sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was expected to recover. Investigators determined that the male intruder had no known connection to the property and was on mandatory supervised release through the Illinois Department of Corrections. During the intrusion, a 48-year-old male relative of the resident arrived on scene and encountered the bad guy. As the intruder advanced into the home, the armed relative fired multiple shots, striking the man. Detectives recovered 4 shell casings and a handgun at the scene, with evidence indicating that the weapon belonged to the family member, who holds a valid FOID card, or a firearms owner's identification card in Illinois, as well as an active concealed carry license. Now, this incident highlights the importance of being prepared and the critical role armed family members can play in protecting loved ones. It just might be you. It also highlights the need for basic medical training and quality medical equipment. The intruder's intent remains unknown, but the quick actions of the armed relative likely saved the female's life. All right, the last one for you. And again, in the comments down below, how would you react in these scenarios? Let's not Monday morning quarterback how somebody else responded, but how would you utilize your tools and training to maybe protect yourself or others? This one is especially for the parents that are watching. On Saturday, November 16th of 2024, at approximately 3:51 p.m., the Lowndes County, Mississippi deputies responded to a disturbance at 6751 Highway 12. While en route, dispatchers updated them and informed the responding deputies that shots had been fired at the location. Upon arrival, deputies discovered a male subject with a gunshot wound to the upper arm. Witnesses reported that the individual, who had been residing in a camper on the property, engaged in a verbal altercation with his girlfriend, who lived in the residence. The confrontation escalated when that man forcibly entered the residence. A family member, fearing for their life, discharged a firearm, striking the intruder once. After the shooting, family members called 911 and administered aid to the injured man. Despite these efforts, the man succumbed to his injuries. Multiple family members were present during the incident, and they corroborated the sequence of events. Witnesses are always a good thing, especially if they're on your side. Authorities investigated the case under Mississippi's Stand Your Ground law, which permits individuals to use deadly force if they reasonably believe it is necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm. Now, all 3 of these incidents, they were people who were met face to face with some life-threatening individual in their lives, and it happened just like that. It can happen to you or me anywhere, anytime, any day, any place, any state. It doesn't matter. So I ask you to take your safety seriously. Train, 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 and get someone who's going to defend you if you ever have to utilize your training. Check out AOR. Links are down below. Use code GNG. And let me know what you think about this new thing called self-defense. How will you react? I appreciate y'all. Have a great one. Take care.